for Joel Casamayor from Cuba. So the bantamweight semi-final about to begin. There's Wayne McCullough. 40 years ago in Helsinki, John McNally from Belfast took silver to become Ireland's first Olympic boxing medalist. The Cubans will have the very definite boost of a gold already. And Nicholas Cruz, the man attending to Wayne McCullough, has made such a difference to Irish amateur boxing since he got involved a couple of years ago. Look of determination on the face of the Belfast man, Wayne McCullough, the Commonwealth Games gold medalist.
Los jueces serán los señores Wiracún de Sri Lanka, Dacier de Ghana, McCullough de Bulgaria, McCullough de Canadá y Bisbal de Argentina. Director del combate, el señor Bout de Australia.
So Wayne McCullough already with a silver medal in his possession against one of these extraordinary Cubans. The 21-year-old world junior champion from 1989, Joel Casamayor Johnson. And we'll stick to Casamayor. And Wayne McCullough hoping, well, having done already what John McNally did 40 years ago and win an Olympic silver medal at bantamweight, is hoping to turn that into gold. Ireland have never won a gold medal in boxing, and not since Ronnie Delaney in 1956. In Melbourne has Ireland won a gold medal in any sport. Mary Peters, who won gold for Britain, is here to watch Wayne McCullough. And the little man from Belfast, from the Albert Foundry Club, knows exactly what he's got to do. He's got to keep the pressure on, and he's done that all the way through against some very good opponents, most notably in a semi-final against the North Korean Lee, a man who disposed of Serafim Todorov, the reigning world and European champion. So having beaten the man who beat the world champion, can Wayne McCullough become Olympic champion? The man in blue, Joel Casamayor Johnson, the southpaw. And like all the Cubans, has just about every trick in the book, moving nicely. McCullough has not had an easy path to this final at all. Came through against an old opponent, Fred Mutaweta of Uganda, whom he beat in Seoul. Aboud from Iraq, Sabo from Nigeria, and then 21-16 in a semi-final against Lee of North Korea, and that was some contest. Solid left from the Cuban, and again McCullough not always the fastest of starters. He tends to have an easier first round, just gets himself into it. Good crisp left from him. So it's McCullough chasing and occasionally getting caught, and Casamayor retreating and scoring. Come on McCullough from the Irish supporters around this arena, and there are plenty of them, and even if there's just a handful, you can be guaranteed they make quite a racket. Good combinations going in from Casamayor the Cuban, the man in blue at the end of this first round, and he has landed well and landed successfully. And very successfully indeed, according to that. So Wayne McCullough, a difficult first round for him. He was getting caught with rights and lefts, and there's a little trickle of blood on the side of his nose. I don't think it's too serious, it's just a little nick. And that's Joel Casamayor, 21-year-old from Guantanamo, world junior champion way back in 1989. And Nicholas Cruz from Cuba giving McCullough some advice. Some of the action from the first round. The Cubans punching, very accurate indeed, hitting with the right part of the glove. Once again, long arms and getting through with a right and a very solid left to the head of the Irishman. So McCullough from Belfast. Great support he's getting. And McCullough with a very difficult gap now to try to close. A 5-point deficit after one round is an awful lot. He's getting picked off again. Well, the Cuban looking very assured and very composed, and he's hurt McCullough with that left. And for the first time throughout these Olympic Games, Wayne McCullough has had to hold on. Well, Casamayor really gone through to him, and McCullough, I think, complaining. And has he got a cut on the side of the eye? It's very difficult to get a thumb. These gloves are supposed to be all in one piece. But what a thump. He took McCullough, and he was outboxed in the first round. And he's very much in danger of being outpunched in the second. There's a man who knows what he's doing. Yeah, McCullough having trouble with that left eye. He's blinking and he's squinting, and he seems to be in some pain. Wayne McCullough 4 years ago in Seoul as a light flyweight survived fierce body punching from Canada's Scotty Olsen to come back and take Olsen the full 3 rounds. But he is going to do well to survive the fierce attacks from another of these very talented Cubans. They just keep churning them out year after year, games after games, championships after championships. Ireland won 7 Olympic boxing medals, 2 of them silver. John McNally at this weight, bantam, in 52, and Freddie Teat in 56 at welterweight. And Michael Carruth of Ireland still to come at welterweight. But McCullough in red from Belfast, representing Ireland, 5 points adrift at the end of the first, and in danger of seeing that gap stretch even more. And McCullough's not having a happy final. The pattern has changed. It's now McCullough who's on the retreat, and Casamayor is more than content to let the Irishman come to him. It's wonderful boxing from the Cuban. It's the second time he's been spoken to, and his corner has been spoken to as well. So McCullough has half a minute of the second, and all being well, 3 more minutes in which to produce something extra special, and it really will require an extra special effort from the little man from Belfast. He hasn't really been able to get on top of Casamayor. That was the first good right we saw from McCullough. Cuban moving beautifully. And the end of the second, and this man has given Wayne McCullough far more trouble than everybody else all the way through. And it's now 10 points to 2, so a 5-point gap has now increased to an 8-point gap. And it's looking very difficult for McCullough. Well, Nicholas Cruz just having a good look at that eye. Some of the action from the second round. McCullough getting caught, and that really was a hard punch. And that was it from another angle. That was a solid right. And you can see the grimace of pain on the face of Wayne McCullough, and that eye causing him all sorts of problems.
Second down, round 3.
So the third and final round of the bantamweight final here in Barcelona. Ireland's Wayne McCullough, the man in red from Belfast, trailing 2 points to 10 to another splendid Cuban, Casamayor. McCullough's got to come forward and he really has to stop his man to win this. Cuba already with a gold at light fly, unless Wayne McCullough can bring about a major upset, it's going to be a second successive gold for the Cubans. Freddie Gilroy got a bronze for Ireland way back in 1956, the year that Fred Teat got silver at welterweight. 56 are good games for the Irish. John Corwell got a bronze at fly. 3 medals they got. They've got 2 here out of a total of 6 boxers, and that's not bad at all. They've equaled the Americans, and that's something the Irish will take great pride in. And McCullough's going to have to come forward for just over a minute and a half, but I think the silver is the colour for which he's going to have to settle. Everything McCullough does now is being warmly applauded, but Casamayor has done enough in the first 2 rounds, been right from McCullough, to virtually assure himself of a gold and his country's second gold medal. The Australian referee having another word with Casamayor for holding and to the corner for talking. And as ever, McCullough always finds something a little bit special in the third and final round. It's taken him through 4 contests so far to victory. I don't think it's going to be enough for this one, but what a great Olympic Games Wayne McCullough has had. There's a nasty-looking cut now underneath his left eye, and that really shows just how hard this man has been hitting. McCullough can really take a good shot, and he's taken some good ones. With 40 seconds remaining, Wayne McCullough will go home with a silver. Unless he's got one big punch. Well, they're really cheering him on, the Irish fans, no question about that. They've got right behind the Belfast man. Great right from McCullough. Slightly open-handed, perhaps. And Casamayor under pressure for the first time. But time ticking away from McCullough. What a great third round he's produced. My goodness. A display of grit and determination and great boxing from McCullough. The final 3 minutes that have produced the best of Wayne McCullough. Casamayor knows, I'm quite sure, that he's got it. Wayne McCullough, they really appreciate that. The last 3 minutes, that third and final round, brought the best out of Wayne McCullough. By then, it was arguably a little bit too late, but a tremendous Olympic Games by Wayne McCullough. 5 out of Ireland's 7 Olympic boxing medals have come from Belfast men. Wayne McCullough has got a silver, but the man in blue, Joel Casamayor, has almost certainly got the gold and the second for his country in successive contests. There's a great Cuban coach, Nicholas Cruz, who pats Casamayor. That's
Campeón olímpico
Wayne
por
McCullough.
14-8, Joel Casamayor Johnson.
Well, he's got that 14-8. A great last round for Wayne McCullough. He won that last round 6-4. A tremendous last round for him, but the boxing in the first 2 rounds was enough to give Joel Casamayor gold. The Irish celebrate another silver from Belfast, Wayne McCullough.